Hello, beautiful Magi. I just wanted to remind you the star of the Magi has returned. This is the year of the Magi. Beautiful, wonderful, shining stars. At the end of this video, we're going to pray together, Yata'ahu, and we're going to shatter the false world, the lie and illusion. So my friends, just prepare your heart. At the end of this video, we are going to pray and we're going to change this world back to Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea. The only thing that could come from his perfect mind, Asha, is enjoy this video. Stay to the end, guys. Pray with me. Come on, we can do this. I love you. Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. And beautiful Magi, please hear Magus right now. I'm going to beg you, stay to the end of this one video. Don't turn this off. I need you. This is the year of the Magi. And my friend, I'm a little sleepy right now, to be honest. I just came out of a deep meditation. And in this vision I had, we were in like this world, this room, and I shattered the ceiling. Because I knew there was more. There was a better life. There was a world where little dogs didn't run out in the road and get hit by cars. There was a world where children didn't get cancer and disease. And there was a world without hate and war. There was a world, a better world. And I shattered that ceiling, that false ceiling that maybe we as a collective feel like there's nothing better, nothing higher. And there was people in this room, in this world with me, and they're all, I didn't know you could do that. And one guy grabbed a chair and threw it through what looked like a wall, and it shattered and it expanded to a better world. And my friend, real quick, my old-time followers, stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I know you heard this story, but for the new people, I need you to hear this to see how it works in real life. I was in Florida. I had just written a book called Still Pulls of the Mind. And I wanted to see in real world, does it work? Do you know what still pulls of the mind? Living in Asha works great. I got 200 acres here in the middle of the woods. I got a beautiful home here and life is just perfect. I wanted to see, will this work in the city? Will this work in a state? Will this work amongst people? And so I grabbed a trailer and I drove clear from Idaho to Florida. And I was right there along that Miami coast. And every day I would get up and I'm meeting people and I'm making friends. And I went surfing every day. And so I started to become a part of that surfer community and get to know people. And one of the guys there, I could see he was struggling in his head. He would go to catch a wave sometimes, and he could take it, but I'd see him jump off. And one day I saw him just scream and like beating his head. He went to the beach and threw his hand in his head, and so I paddled in and I just sat next to him. And he's just on the verge of tears. And I said, "Brother, let me help you. What's going on?" And he just opened up to me. He said from the time he was a small child, he had OCD so bad. And there was times it would get a little better and worse, but he's at a point now, he said, where he had taken all the medication and gone to all the counseling and all the treatments and everything that was possible to be done for OCD, and it was still getting worse. He told me he would go home every night and drink himself blacked out drunk. He told me he was thinking about taking his life. And I looked him in the eye and I said, before I leave Florida, you will be completely healed from OCD. Now, he was told by the doctors, you're never healed of it, right? Here's that world I'm talking about, that glass world, that if you believe it, it is. And they said you can't be healed from it, right? You just have to deal with it. My friend, long story short, every day before we went out surfing, I asked him to do this with me. Every day before we surfed, we sat down and we just talked still pose of the mind. We talked Asha. We did what I called first circle. And my friend, is I don't know the exact amount of time, but I remember I was pulled up into my car with my surfboard, and my daughter was with me, and he came running up to the car, tears rolling down his eyes. And he's saying, I'm healed, I'm healed. And he grabbed me around and just gave me the biggest hug, and he couldn't believe it. He was healed. We stayed in touch for years after I left Florida, still healed. Got his family back, was able to finally go back to work. All those lying voices in his mind that he thought were real, that he couldn't get away from, OCD that he was told he could never break free from, he shattered that. My friends, and you know, it's funny here at the Order of the Magi, we're kind of known now for people being healed of OCD specifically. Other things also we've had testimony of, but that's one of the main things, and I love it so much. And what it is, my friends, we've broken false worlds open. You know, where people, the way OCD works, one I've seen a lot, as people are worried of blasphemy. They're brought up as Christian or Catholic, very religious. And so now they're scared of God, right? They have the Bible, and they're told from a child that the Bible is real. And, you know, this last few days, we've been going through the Bible, and I've been showing you some things that now you can see clearly, oh, that's not God. That's not good, you know, but people raised in these religions with the Qurans and the Bibles and, go in and kill men, women, and children, take the spoils. And, you got people, Islam, they'll strap bombs around their little daughters and send them in to blow up innocent people. And they think that's God, right? And so they're living in this hell on earth, but outside of just their little thinking is a big, beautiful world that we call Asha, the perfect Creator's perfect idea. And I think about, like, with Jesus, he was trying to show the Jewish people the loving Father, and they couldn't see it. They were locked in those boxes, right? You remember the woman caught in adultery. They said to Jesus, Moses said she's to be stoned to death. Right? They thought that's all there is to that world. He said no. James and John said, let's call down from fire from heaven like Elias did on this town that rejected our message. He said, you don't know what spirit you're of. Can you imagine how this is blowing people's worlds apart, is shattering their ideas, which now opens up a better world to them? Can you imagine the first mother that thought she had to stone her child for being disrespectful? And can you imagine Jesus saying, no, don't do that. Right? Well, what do I do? That's all there is. Moses' law. They're trapped in this hell that they seem so real. There was nothing else, or God was going to get them. They didn't think there's a loving Father. That loving Father was outside of that glass enclosure they had been built inside of. They just had to shatter it and see the loving Father, a better world. You know, hey, just put your child in timeout. Tell them, I don't want you acting like that. You're better than that. You come from good spirit. You're made of good spirit. You know what? For a week, you're not going to be able to, after school, go and play whatever little Jewish kids like to play, banker or lawyer with your little friends after school for a week. No, Mommy, please. I'm sorry, but there's consequences when you act up like that. Okay, Mommy, I'll do better. And look at now, you don't have to clean up blood and brains off your floor and ruin the rest of your life trapped in a hell in your mind. We're shattering the world, the false world that has been built around people with their Bibles and their Qurans and their scary monster gods. My friends, by going back to the original religion where God is just good. He's just a force of good and love. And as we hold that, my friends, we create it, and we can create communities of it. Go to Asha 8. I make myself chuckle. Bankers and lawyers, Magus. 8 says, I will seek first the thought of God, Asha. The perfect Creator's perfect mind. I've been in a mood these last few days. I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. I love you. Thank you for putting up with me. We lost now 4 people from my last couple of days, but that's okay. The perfect creator's perfect mind created a perfect thought, right? What else could come from a perfect mind, from a perfect good God, but good and perfection? And I love this. I am that thought. Even crazy Magus is the perfect creator's perfect idea. I am perfect spirit. That Fravashi, that divine spark inside of you looks just like the perfect parent, that loving daddy. That all good spirit is in you, that perfect pure light. You're not your past failures, sins, and mistakes and errors. The true you, your true name, your true DNA, in your heart of hearts, that divine spark is good, just good. I choose not to be double-minded, right? We're choosing to think from Vohu Menu, the God mind, the Christ mind, where you and the loving Father, the God good, are one. I choose to think God and not the lie. I am perfect spirit, God's child thought, and spirit makes body form, right? Energy makes form and matter. Right? E equals MC squared. Energy is matter. Matter is energy. Therefore, my body is perfect. My world is perfect because on a subconscious level, this is where we're thinking from now. In our heart of hearts, that we know that we know that we know. Right? Now we know God is better than we were presented. We shattered that false idea, that false world. That God got angry, jealous, hate, war, kill, that we could be separated from him. Right now that we know that truth, it's shattered and it can't be put back together again. I love it. It's just glass shards and dust and we're free from that lie. Now that we know the truth, the lie has no more effect on us. On a subconscious level, I live in truth and the lie of discord disappears. The spell of separation is broken. In truth, all is good. All is God. Asha is. I think of my friend there in Florida, how his world became beautiful. When after that time, we'd be out surfing in the sun, and he just having fun. No more hell. No more false world around him. He didn't have to go home and drink himself blacked out drunk. We could stay and surf later and play and have fun. All is good. All is God. In truth. Go to Asha 4. We don't talk about Asha 4 enough. This is the formula for Jesus' miracles and the magic of the Magi. We're 12 minutes into it. Well, everyone at the sound of my voice, go to the comments and let me know you're with me. It's important to me. Create with word. We create our world with the word that we hold. These 4 powers are the mental power concerned with forming our lives. Temperance, self-restraint, do not sin or think err. Do not think the lie and illusion. Do not think wrong, right? Because if you're thinking wrong, if you're not thinking the highest good, right? And a great example of that is if you're thinking wrong ideas, like that you can be separated from God. Well, you just put yourself in that glass room, right? And that's that OCD of that blasphemy that people get stuck in those loops in. But then when you read from the original religion, that God said to the devil, you can never separate me from my children, ever, devil. And you hear that truth, and it resonates with you. That's right. My daddy's too big for that. Matter of fact, Daddy thinks I'm a hero for bringing my perfect pure spirit and incarnating into a body that I knew that passed from grandma and grandpa. Mom and dad would be sins and errors, would be addictions and perversions and anger and hate and things. But I was going to be strong enough to overcome with my light, my divine spark to leave a better world to the generations to come, to move that needle towards positivity. I'm not a dirty, filthy sinner. I'm a hero. And Daddy's so proud of me. Nothing can separate me from him. And you hear that and you know that, and it shatters that world. And now that OCD's gone. You can never be separated. Number 2, strength in facing adversity without fear, without worry, without doubt. That's where our strength comes from. You know, I always say this because it's important to remember to watch our beliefs and our emotions we hold. When you're worrying, you're actually praying for the worst outcome. Why? Because now you're thinking and you're believing. Why would you worry? You believe something bad's going to happen. And now when you add energy, right? Worrying and fear, it's energy, right? It gives strength to that lie. We can't do that. So what do we want to do? We take the opposite of whatever that worry is. If the worry is you're going to be separated from God, right? You take the truth and you put your focus on that. You know, in the original religion, God says I can never be separated from him. He says I'm a hero. I stood outside of time and space, and I looked at my life from beginning to end, and I told Daddy, I'll go. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to let my light shine. And he said, good boy, good girl. I'm so proud of you. I love you. I'll see you soon. I'll be rooting for you the whole time. I'm proud of you. And don't you worry about those lies and those evil spirits. Ain't nothing going to take you out of Daddy's arms, baby. Come on. Blue dragons, wake up. Reason. Number 3, reason. A basis or a cause for a belief. You have to have reason to truly believe, to hold a belief. And a lot of reason people hold strong faith in wrong ideas that keep them bound, right? Because they have a reason to believe. People that believe in those mean monster gods is because when they were a little kid, mommy and daddy took them by the hand and took them to a church or a temple or synagogue. And they said, you know, this man here is going to teach you about God. Listen. And they hand you a book, a Bible, a Gita, a Quran, whatever. And they say, this is a book that God wrote. And you read those things and you're terrified, right? Now you have a reason to believe because mommy said so. The man that represents God said so. The book that God wrote says so. You have a reason to believe, which keeps you in those glass worlds that can shatter like that. You know, I used to run track. That was my thing in high school that I loved. I was fast too, guys. And I did more of the short stuff. I didn't really do the longer stuff. I was quick for a short amount of time. But I forget the exact time. We've talked about this before, but remember there was a certain time people could run the mile. And once that was shattered, everyone's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Now everyone can run that. You know, it's that same thing. If you can change people's thinking to like, oh, you can do that? I didn't know you could do that, right? And we're shattering here at the Order of the Magi false ideas of who God is. And we're showing people that God is better than what they were presented. Nicer, more loving. He's, get this, guys, just good, right? That's what Zoroaster means. Pure starlight, unmixed, undefiled, undiluted, pure light, pure good. Number 4, energy, right? We talked about that. Energy makes your form and matter. Form and matter is just the energy that you hear and hold. So we need a source of usable power to make our world better. What do we choose? We choose God, the highest principle of good. The all good spirit. And that's the energy that we hold, that we are. We be it. The two become one. We know it. We be it. We are it. We realize we go inside to that divine spark that we come from good spirit. We're made of good spirit. We shall return to good spirit. When we realize this, we become a mighty spiritual force, creating in that plastic medium of energy with the frequency and the energy that we hold. We hold the all good God. We hold peace. We hold the joy. We hold the goodness. And it is. We shatter the lies and illusions. And we step into a big, beautiful Asha, the perfect creator's perfect idea, where everything is in order and harmony. That real above all that had seemed real, and it's good. And Asha is. I love you guys. Let's pray. And I want you to see the false world shattering as we pray Yata'ahu. This is the prayer God prays. It's said of this prayer when 1/3 is prayed, the evil spirit, your enemies shudder in fear. 2/3, your enemies fall to their knees. When the prayer is finished, your enemy, the evil spirit, is vanquished. I want you to see whatever's keeping you trapped, whatever enemy, whatever evil, I want you to see it shatter. That false world, I want you to see it shatter as we pray this. I want you to see Asha actualized in you. And as you see it in you, you'll see it in the world. Yata'ahu Vario, Ataratush, Ashat Chitacha, Vangush Dazda Manango, Shatana Mangush, Mazdai, Sharthremchai, Ahurai, Ayimdre Gubio, Vastarem, Asha actualized. Can you hear the glass shattering? Tinkling on the floor as a beautiful world is opened up to you. Hashem vahu vahastemasti usta omai yatashai vestai Hashem. Asha is. Asha is. Asha is. Asha. Asha is. Love is. Peace is. Joy is. Love. Feel it. Feel that arms of the loving Father, that light wrap around you. And in this light, you are safe. Beautiful light. Darkness cannot enter. This beautiful love. Loving, loving parent. We love you, all good spirit. I can feel the family of light coming around and holding us. The Magi that were, are, and shall be, all just hugging. You feel it? Feel them all around you, Magi. See it with that eye of the Spirit all around holding you. Proud of you, holding you up. You got this, Magi. I'm proud of you. I love you. You make a difference. You're doing it. I love you. I love you. I'm right here. I love you. I'm right here. Feel it. Feel it. I'm right here. And I love you so much. I love you. I love you.